I wish.
All right. On today's episode of Conversations, my husband doesn't see coming. Boy, the radio stations are totally going to hate us for this one. Guys, there's this thing that the radio stations do called like War of the Roses. And they call up somebody's significant other and fake offer them free flowers to see if they're cheating on them. And the reason I'm exposing this is because I'm a firm believer that if you're at a point that you believe that somebody's cheating on you and you're like, it's consuming you, your relationship's over, you need to call it quits. That's my feelings on it. You don't need a radio station. You just need it. But let me tell you what happened this time. So the guy says that he thought he was going to be helpful and wash his girlfriend's gym clothes. And in the gym bag was a t-shirt that wasn't his. So he smelled it. And it smelt of men's cologne. Or the musk of a man is what he said.
She ought to be the one that's suspect right now.
Okay. So they call her up. And they're always, like, the people on the radio station are always on the side of the person that they're calling for, of course. And they want to stir it up. Guys, they're not trying to fix your relationship.
No, they're trying to hurt it. Go ahead.
Okay? And so, she's been working a lot. And he said that. He said she's been on her phone a lot, but she also works a lot. So, and, you know, and he was clear that she was working, but then he started like questioning himself and was like, maybe when she goes to the gym, she's not really going to the gym. She's going to see somebody. And anyways, they call her up. This is so-and-so from whatever grocery store, because the person tells them, like, you know, what grocery store they go to. We just opened a new floral department and we want to offer you free flowers and give you a dozen long stem red roses. And she says, what about like sunflowers? We're like, okay. I don't remember what the guy's name was, but they were like, okay, well, do you know who you want to send it to or whatever? And she was like, yeah, I want to send it to Ben and I just want the card to say thank you. And on comes the guy. Well, who's Ben? Because Ben wasn't the guy.
Oh, Ben wasn't the guy calling?
And they were like, well, what about so-and-so? I think it was Gary. What about Gary? And she's like, excuse me? What's going on here? And so they had to they bombard her with this story. And she said, are you serious right now? I'm at work. And she says, Gary, we've been together for 8 months. I thought we had a really great relationship. I thought you were about to propose. I was like, oh, she's out. So, turns out, Ben is the very expensive kickboxing coach that she pays for the training that she goes to, that he knows she goes to. While she was at a session, her sports bra broke in the back, and he loaned her one of his shirts so that she could cover up until the next time. And she was like really grateful that he did that, because she didn't want to have to finish the class or not finish the class or leave and be like holding herself. And she's like, so I thought we were in a really good place.
Not now.
They truly are not now. They truly are not now. I honestly don't know. Is that a betrayal that's as bad as an affair if it was happening? Being accused of an affair that didn't happen?
Probably.
I feel like it is too.
So another one we heard was a guy was suspecting the same thing, and when they called the girl and give her a spiel about everything and who was the roses for, and she said the name, and it was actually for him, the guy that was having them to call, right? So the radio station should have just, okay, stop. It's done. They should have just kept going with whatever they were doing, but no, what did they do? They stop and say, well, we're from wherever, and really the reason we're calling is he thinks you're cheating on him.
Yep.
So they could have just left it alone.
They stirred it up.
Yeah, so they're in the business of ruining relationships, not helping them. And all of us people love listening to it. So, and we're not us people. I won't listen to it.
No, he was very uncomfortable. He was ready to jump.
Yeah, that's bullshit. That's what it is.
So, radio stations do better. You can find other ways to entertain people. But
this guy, no, I'm going to back up a little bit. This guy did have was it his wife? I don't know if it's his girlfriend. She had cheated on him before. So
correct.
When stuff had got good for him and started going back, like when it was working long hours and gone and stuff all the time, naturally his thought process went back to, okay, it's happening again.
Yeah.
And they could have left it at that. I mean, but no, they just started up. So they went ahead and finished off the relationship for them, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
And they get a kick out of it. So, they think they're patting themselves on the back because they think they're somebody. They ain't shit. Sorry. I got no respect for them.
How do you really feel about it?
I hope the radio station knows who I'm talking about, because every time I get in her truck and it's on that radio station, what's the first thing I do? Boom, I flip the channel. I ain't listening to that shit.
Should we say
relationships and stuff like that, most of the time have their difficult situations. You don't need people like that stirring up shit.
No, and in all honesty, I mean, in the case that he was talking about, yes, the guy had valid reasons to be concerned, but that's a rough situation there. A lot of times when, that could stir up a whole different conversation that we should probably just have another day, but that's a rough situation to say you love somebody enough to try to get past something like that, and then you can't. And I'd like to sit here and say, based off of my experience, that you don't get past it, but I've seen relationships do it. So I really think it depends on the two individual people, and their willingness to love more than they hold on to grudges.
And you don't need, first off, you don't need to be calling them and a bunch of drama queens solving your situation for you anyway.
No. So if somebody's calling you and they're offering you a free bouquet of flowers, or they're emailing you to ask you about free flowers, I'm just saying, somebody in your life you might want to just go ahead and have a conversation with. Forget the flowers. Skip the public humility and have the conversation, because I've heard a lot of these, And because I like flip
Well, she
radio
listened to
stations
it
in the
every
morning.
day.
Well, I flip radio stations, and 2 of the ones that I listen to do it. Now, the other one that you didn't hear, they're not as instigating about it, and they usually will give the person advice beforehand if it's something that they feel like they shouldn't get involved in. But this particular one, zero morals. They don't care. They don't care at all. And if they're that willing to jump on it, you should be concerned about whether or not you should trust it to determine your livelihood in your relationship. So, what? You all right over there?
All right. Nothing a good drink ain't gonna fix.
Oh my goodness, it made you need to drink over somebody else's situation.
I'm just playing.
So real quick, let's go back to the gym bag. Okay. So if you're that guy, what are you feeling like right now at the end of that conversation?
Well, you're feeling like a dumbass. Most people are, but I mean, you know,
You
some
would
people are
think.
different. Some people are different. I mean, he may just be the jealous, paranoid type about everything, right?
He may be. He actually seemed a little calmer, but you know, a narcissist can seem that way to everybody and to your face. But the thing about it is when she was like, "What are you doing? I thought our relationship was good." You would think it would be like back down time, right?
Yeah, he just
No.
dug in.
No, he didn't.
The
The radio
Oh, that's what
host did.
I'm saying.
The radio host dug into her, and then the lady on the radio dug into her and was like, "Well, you gotta understand from his point of view."
So no, again.
And I was like, that was a legit explanation, and she didn't send dude roses. She wanted to send him a friendly flower, not a loving flower. Like,
I don't want nobody sending me roses, no way. Right? Not even you.
you don't want roses,
I
baby?
ain't gonna wear perfume either. A manly musk would be the natural man scent. It ain't gonna be man's perfume. My daddy taught me a long time ago, I'm sorry, I'm old fashioned, but men don't wear perfume.
Oh, but cologne smells so good.
Again.
And y'all, he has a longtime friend and coworker who always just smells. You know what I'm talking about?
No,
You don't know who I'm talking about?
apparently not. Apparently she's been sniffing my friends.
Oh, you can't miss it. Every time I see him, I'm like, "Oh, you smell good, Leslie."
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Leslie always smells good. Anyways.
My daddy always said if you're wearing that much perfume, you're covering something up.
God.
Yeah. Something that, if soap can't take it off, you got a problem.
Oh my God.
So I'm gonna go with that.
Okay. There we go. What? What? You want to tell your joke? Your seashell joke?
No.
No. All right. If you want to hear this seashell
No, I just
joke,
heard-
you got to like and comment, and I'll get him to tell it to you. But anyways, all right, guys. What?
I was just thinking that, is it the tattoo you got? No.
What tattoo?
Seashell.
Shut up. I can't. I can't. Anyways, guys, be careful out there who you involve in your relationships. Communication is literally the key to a relationship working. So
A radio station ain't gonna fix your relationship.
a radio station is not going to fix your relationship.
You're not-
Accusations do not fix your relationship. Genuine communication.
Just ask, hey, this ain't your shirt.
Yeah, but without accusing them of something, and he would have literally found out. Hell, he might have been like, you should give him a card or something. Yeah, I don't know. But I thought it was a kind gesture from the guy, and she was thoroughly confused. So
She's not confused now.
uh,
I'm sure she knows what she wants now.
well, she thought she was headed for a proposal,
Well, she just
and she ended up humiliated on the radio station instead.
Yeah, she just proposed to him. I propose you get your shit and leave, right?
Probably so.
That's what I'd have done.
We're done. We're done.
Everybody go get you a seashell.
We'll catch you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.